If this is the first video you've signed in on, let me tell you what I'm explaining. My story, my journey, from the time I was diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, through my healing process, and to where I came to a place of joy and hope and freedom. Now, I was working with a Christian counselor, but I was also working with my pastor, Leah. Her and her husband were the pastors of a church. I had met her as a professor, which is why I trusted her. And the parts that I had were finally beginning to trust her and share some things. And I knew that God was there for me, although they did not. They did not like God at all. I do not blame them, knowing what I know now. But at the time, I was very angry at them. And most of the time, they, during the week, would write Leah letters. The little ones would draw her pictures. And this was one of the pictures they drew. I don't want to go to church. It's pretty much the general consistency on the inside, partially because of the abuse and partially because of what had happened at other churches up to this point in my life. There was just no trust. And so they really did not want to go to church. They really did not like God. And I was mad at them because I did, and I knew He had helped me get this far in my life. Would you please? I do remember I went to my Christian counselor and I told her one day, or I should say, one of the parts told my counselor, I hate God. Like literally, that is how they felt. That is exactly what was going on. And the Christian counselor was like, you can't say that. God is a loving, caring God. You can't say that about Him. Well, you can guess how far we went in therapy that day. So the next time I saw Leah, I told her the same thing, or the part of me that was talking to her told her the same thing. I hate God. And do you know what her response was? I think it was a God thing that He put a pastor in my life to speak these words to me. Her response to that was, I don't like your God either. Let me introduce you to the good, kind, loving Lord that I have. Like, she acknowledged their feelings. She agreed with them. She wouldn't want a God that did the things that the parts on the inside knew. Yeah, I don't know. It was a freeing thing to have her tell me that, and just to acknowledge how I felt. Like, she didn't try to counter me and tell me something else. It was just the ability she had to speak to the parts that were upset. But then there's me, and I'm angry, and I'm ticked off, and I'm mad at all the parts because it has been more than 2 years. I haven't been able to worship. Like, God and I, we always worship, and I just feel like stone silent since then. I can't worship. I can't enjoy going to church. I hate being at church. Like, the emotions I'm feeling while I'm here, I was just feeling so disconnected from God, from people, from everything. And Leah found a poem. And she read this poem to me. And I'm going to share this poem with you. It just spoke to me. And it says, Dear child, I look upon your heart and see your sadness. I search your soul and know its despair. You turn to me but cannot find the words to pray. You look to me but cannot find the song to sing. Do not worry, child of mine. I know all that is within you, and I understand. For now, your silence will be a prayer to me, and your tears an offering. I do not wish for you to act a part. I do not require a spiritual charade, but bring me instead your real feelings, your brokenness, yourself. That is what I wait for. And I will meet you in the silence, and there I will stay with you and heal your heart. And later, when the music has returned to your life, you will look back in love and recall this silent song we sang together. Be quiet and know me, God. That spoke volumes to my soul. Thanks for listening to my story.